First, enter the facility and the control room. This is the control room of Unit 1, also known as MCR. First, I'm going to explain where everything is located. Emergency system, shutdown cooling, plant messaging system, reactor controls, reactor auto control, recirculation pumps, turbine controls, main cooling circuit, condenser controls, deaerator controls, electrical systems. Unit configuration panel only works if you have Game information Pass. Panel. Unit information. Reactor fuel assembly status. A phone. Telephone info book. Now I'm going to start preparing the unit. 1. Disable shutdown cooling systems. 2. Optional power up your plant messaging system. 3. Start your recirculation pumps and set them to 28%. Set turbine bypass to 40%. Five, enable FWP pumps, condenser pumps. 6, enable your preheaters and 1 polisher. 7, enable auto hot well level control and automatic control. 8. Enable one of your SJs and set them to 100%. 9. Enable both of your car pumps. 10. Enable condenser pumps. 11. Enable condenser auto control. Okay, now the unit is prepared. We can now start up. This is your reactor control rod's information with also temperature on the side. Set rod speed movement to fast. 1. Enable reactor automatic control. And set the average power range to 15%. Now you will see that your control rods are getting withdrawn. Now that we wait, I can explain to you how RBWR works. RBWR produces electricity by splitting uranium atoms by fission to create heat. That heat will get absorbed by a coolant, in which case is water. The water will heat up and turn into steam. Then we use the steam to turn the turbine to turn the generator, which produces electricity. Now the steam will get sucked up to a condenser using vacuum. The steam will then get condensated back to water, which will then go to a deaerator, which lets bad gases out, and then will be cleaned in a polisher using chemistry. Then the water will be brought back to the core, and the cycle will be continued. You can see the reactor period on the side, which determines how the reactor power is changing. If you would do a manual startup, then you would try to not get it below 30 periodical seconds. turn the auto balancer on to manage the temperature balance. As you can see, the auto control doesn't withdraw rods aggressively now because the period is close to 30. On the right side, our IRM is raising, intermediate range monitor. When your reaches 70%, you're going to switch level to 2. On every panel, you got the acknowledge button and the silent button, which will silence the enunciators. Now repeat this step until your level reached 6. Okay, now you're gonna wait till your reaches 50%, and then you're gonna produce heat. This is the APR monitor. It shows how much thermal energy you're producing. Now remember, as we set the reactor auto control on for 15, now the APR will be bringed up to 15. Reach 15. Now you're gonna wait till your condenser vacuum pressure reaches below 70 MB. Don't worry, your reactor level will go up. And your auto control will handle it. Here you're gonna wait till your steam pressure reaches at least 6,100 kPa. Once your condenser pressure reached below 70 MB and your turbine pressure to at least 6,100 kPa, then you can open the turbine main valve. Now set the main valve to 20% and close the bypass valve to maintain pressure. Remember, do not let the pressure go more than 8,000 kPa. Now wait till your RPM reached 3600. Do not open the valve too much or the vibrations can trip the turbine and your turbine can become damaged. If you're not confident, you can enable automatic turbine run-up and set it to 3,600 revolutions per minute. Once you're close to 3,600 revolutions per minute, you're going to watch the synchroscope and try to sync when the light is green. Now you're synced. Close the bypass and increase your main valve. Open these breakers to let the power and power your secondary pumps and systems. Enable turbine automatic control. Balance the turbine pressure at 7,100 kPa, 0.6 for OO kPa, 7,500 kPa. Now enable the deaerator automatic controls. Now that you started up Unit 1, you can increase power to meet the demand and get points.